Bryson Tiller did a interview with The Breakfast Club. And on that interview with The Breakfast Club, Bryson Tiller discussed how his TrapSoul album, he felt like, was not received in the best light. He thought that people was not rocking with TrapSoul for whatever reason. Now, Bryson Tiller, I don't understand where he gathered that information from, and I thought it was a bit shocking for me. Like, because to me, that album was a classic album, and I honestly think that the majority of people inside of the black culture will say, nah, that was his classic album. That was the most classic album that a R&B, that's probably the most classic R&B album of our generation. I don't think there's a better album than TrapSoul of our generation. I don't. I'm talking about, like, when you talking about the new era of R&B, Bryson Tiller has the classic. Now, the debate was his album an instant classic? Now, in my opinion, bro, it was the instant classic. It was like, damn, we heard the Exchange record, and we heard, I forgot the name of the other record. It was 2 records that we heard, and then the album dropped. And with that, I don't understand why Bryson Tiller thought, like, people didn't rock with the album. I think that was strange, but I think that goes on to the psyche of the person that is really not used to any type of fame, any type of comment. He probably was in the comment section reading all the hate and not realizing that the hate come with the success. You can't be the most known guy and think people are not going to say hateful things, Bryson Tiller. Now, there's a few things that I always never understood with Bryson Tiller, bro. But after watching this Breakfast Club interview and him talk about, like, who he is and, like, his aspirations in life, I think I got a better understanding of exactly why Bryson Tiller faded away like that. He faded away like that for one reason. Bro is antisocial, bro. He don't like people like that. He don't like feeling judged like that. From what I gather in this interview, bro, it was overwhelming when he had to sit in front of somebody and talk. It is now 10 years later, almost 10 years later, and now we're getting Bryson Tiller interviews. That's just odd. Like, it's kind of weird looking at his face because we rarely didn't see what bro looked like. So, if the person that has some type of anxiety blows up overnight, because it did happen fast for him, I can understand why that would get in his way. Like, he let himself get in the way of the success that I think he could have went further. Bryson Tiller, at that time that he popped off, was a bigger, hotter, I ain't gonna say bigger, he was a hotter artist than Drake. And I think that is what catapulted him to blow up like that. There was a void. Bryson Tiller filled the void of Drake because Drake was absent at that time, bro. With the absence of Drake, it birthed Bryson Tiller. Only thing he did wrong in this situation, when the light got too bright, he went back in the house. And I think that was the downfall of Bryson Tiller. But Bryson, bro, TrapSoul was an instant classic. I don't know who said it wasn't. But if anybody ever sit next to me and tell me Bryson Tiller TrapSoul wasn't an instant classic, I just can't take no music opinions. I don't want to hear anything musical from that person at all. I don't want to hear no recommendations. I don't want to hear you sharing a playlist, like, because you know nothing about music at that point if you think that album was not a classic, man. Shout out to Bryson Tiller, man. Hopefully he can still do what he need to do, but I think the time has passed, honestly. Like, I think he can still make hits. Don't get me wrong. Bryson Tiller got the capability to pen something. His voice, his tonality, everything is perfect. But I just think he could have been a bigger artist.